Good morning to one and all present here. An institution of higher education is a partnership among students, alumni, faculties, administrators, and more to build a community and a culture. And nobody is more concerned about an institution more than its alumni. Alumni are an important entity for any educational institute, be it a school or college. In many ways, they depict the culture, ethos, and values of the institute and are a statement about the caliber of the institute. I, Amlan Dasgupta, along with Tanaya Pataskar, students of PGDM2, welcome you all for the launch of IMBRA, IMBR Alumni Association. We'll begin today's program by invoking the blessings of Goddess Saraswati. I request Tanaya to render the Saraswati Vandana. Thank you, Tanaya, for the melodious rendition. Moving on, I would now request our director, Dr. Shikha Jain, to deliver the welcome address.
Honorable Chairman Sir, valued alumni in the auditorium and those who have joined online, my dear faculty members and students, a very, very warm welcome to a very special day at IMDR today. Today we are joined by Honorable Chairman, Local Management Committee of IMDR, Shri Mahesh Agarwal. Sir is also the Vice Chairman of Technical Education Society Governing Body and Council. And sir, your presence is very auspicious today because this whole function would not have happened had you not motivated us. So thank you so much for encouraging us to give this form and structure to a huge and very, very valuable IMDR alumni community present in the industry, created over 47 years. So it's a matter of great pride, and it's also a very emotional moment to talk about a formal IMDR Alumni Association, which has identity of its own. IMDR alumni have a very special place at IMDR, as well as in the lives of so many IMDRites who have passed out over the years. Not only do they carry the IMDR brand in the industry through their work, dedication, commitment, values of Deccan Education Society and IMDR, they also nurture IMDR students through knowledge sharing sessions, through mentoring, through project and placement opportunities in the industry. So it's a matter of great pride that IMDR survives, thrives in the industry because of this huge IMDR alumni community. So it's been a brief 3-year period time for me to have interacted with you people, but in these 3 years I have realized that it is you, IMDR alumni, who give so much strength and so much of value to IMDR in the industry and community at large, society at large. So I hope this new chapter in IMDR's life of this IMDR Alumni Association takes forward all the years of networking in association and value creation forward. And there are new milestones that we achieve once we start working through this association. With these words, I would extend a warm welcome to all of you, and we hope that we are able to do great things through this association today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, I would like to take this opportunity and request Sri Mahesh Athole sir, Vice Chairman of the Governing Body and Council of Deccan Education Society and Chairman of Local Managing Committee of IMDR to address the gathering.
What is the schedule? How much time?
10 minutes.
Good morning, everybody. The very purpose of forming IMDR AA is continue to remain in touch with the past students, seek guidance from them, seek advice from them, seek support from them. And it should become a big family and it should go bigger and bigger and bigger. As you know, IMDR would be completing 48 years now. And it has a huge alumni presence all over the world, if I may say so. And it's good that most of the alumni are in touch with us. But perhaps there is a need to form a formal forum to come together, to interact, and to exchange views, ideas, suggestions, bouquets and breakbacks, both. Everything, anything is welcome. Because we always believe that when you run an institution, there would be suggestions coming, good suggestions coming from the alumni, with which we may not be getting any exposure. You know, IMDR has its own history and geography. I was a faculty here, maybe some of you are not aware, way back in 93, 94, somewhere, I don't exactly remember. I was a visiting faculty here teaching the subject, legal aspects of business. Thereafter, I came here for 2 years, that's it. My association with DAS starts as a student of BMCC, always next to IMDR. And I know what it means to be a past student of a college. It's an immense pleasure for me to contribute back to the college or back to the society, which has allowed me to learn so many things in life. BMCC has spent 5 years till I completed my MPharm. And thereafter also I continued to serve BMCC as a visiting faculty for some time and then as a part-time faculty, teaching the same subject. Then my children studied there. Now I am in a management role. I am sure everybody who is participating in this program, online or offline, would have the same feeling. A person would like to do something for his alma mater. There is an emotional bond. As a matter of coincidence, before coming here, I attended a meeting at Raman Park School. I hope you are aware. It's a part of Deccan Education Society, and they have completed 75 years of their existence. So there is a celebration going on for the year. And some of the past students, like Pramod Chaudhary, they have given a substantial amount for development of a gym, and then it was converted into, the gym was not possible for some reason. Then we used that money, of course, with the consent of the donor, for developing state-of-art computer lab. And very recently, some instruments, gadgets have been installed there, where students will be given exposure to integrated tar engineers, that has been installed. Another 50 lakhs came from two of our past students who are in politics now. Girish Bapat is a member of parliament, and Prakash Javadekar, who was the minister there. So like this, they came to Raman Park, they contributed because they had an emotional tie. As you know, everybody remembers school days, including me. And whatever you learn, understand in your school days or college days, you hardly forget that. Good or bad, whatever it is. It is always the back of your mind. And let me candidly say so that whatever little I could absorb from my professors when they were teaching us management, organization of commerce, or legal aspects, everything is now I am realizing how relevant it is for day-to-day management. Maybe that time it was a theory, it was a subject to be studied just to clear the examination. But when it comes to practical application, today when I look back, and I always give this example, Professor A.B. Deshpande, who was the principal of BMCC for more than 10, 15 years, recently retired. He was teaching us a subject called business organization, which is a management subject, or principles and practice of management. There he explained to us how management can be done efficiently through formation of various committees. So management committee was the subject, or span of control, or delegation of authority and responsibility. These were all 5 marks, 10 marks questions at that time. But today, when I look back, I realize the relevance of it when I'm trying to manage maybe my own professional matters or maybe matters of Deccan Education Society. So this is something, a value addition in the life of a student. What we would expect from past students of IMDR is that they should visit IMDR at least once a year. That would be my request. Whether you are in Pune or you are outside Pune or outside Maharashtra or outside India, visiting your alma mater once a year should be around. And we can decide a formal function as typically it is done for annual general meeting for a company where all stakeholders, shareholders come together and they talk about the performance of the company, not only financial performance but otherwise also, because they are having some stake. I believe that past students also are the stakeholders. And following the principles of good governance, we need to take care of the interest of stakeholders. Now, in what manner I look at, it has to be a mutual kind of arrangement. Strictly speaking, if you ask me, what happens if any alumni has not remained in touch with IMDR? Nothing will happen. Neither he will suffer nor IMDR will suffer. But then I put it in a different perception. What happens if he is in touch with IMDR? I think a lot of things can happen. That is what is happening. We have advisory committee, and at least 4 of the advisory committee members are alumni of our IMDR because they have studied here, they know what is IMDR, they have gone out, either they have been working in industry, they have a lot of exposure, and they come out with very good suggestions, including suggestions about changing the syllabus or upgrading the syllabus because it's a continuous process. Things are dynamic. I think we don't live in a static world. And recently I came to know about the syllabus document created by the faculty members of IMDR, and I'm really proud. It is a 235-page document. Unbelievable. And I'm sure they must have had midnight oil burning for that. It's not an easy job to revise the syllabus. See, running an institution has its own challenges. So, alumni can always help management of IMDR, the director of IMDR, the faculty members, and maybe most of the faculty members may be of the age of the alumni. We have recently recruited 4 new faculty members. So, there is a good team now under the leadership of Dr. Jain. And I am sure I am seeing this change now. There is a lot of positivity in IMDR. Because I am associated with IMDR as a chairman for last maybe 4-5 years. So I have seen the change in the environments here. So there is a lot of positivity. There were challenges, as we all know, in the last 1.5 years. So Alumni Association, please become a fellow member of this association. There is a structure. It is a Section 8 company under Companies Act. It will be controlled and managed by the director IMDR and 2 of the faculty members. That is the structure. So they will be board of directors. All the decision making rests with the board of directors. They have, I would say, autonomy as far as running this association is concerned with the help of alumni. All the past students can become fellow members. They have to pay some nominal membership fee. Idea is that only serious people should join. It should not become a crowded kind of a gathering. Just for the sake of it, nobody should join. Anybody who wants to contribute, and we don't expect only donations. We want your time, energy, your expertise, your abilities. There are not many things which can be done. As I said, syllabus revision infrastructure revision, giving opportunities to the students, developing entrepreneurship skill set. There is a proposal that we are thinking of starting a separate cell for developing entrepreneurship. Because today what has happened is, I'm not talking only of IMDR, but I'm talking generally of management institutes, that there is a unfortunate impression that the management institutes are like an employment exchange. People rate management institute based on the ratio of placement. Personally, I have my different views. See, employment, the employability of the student should not be the sole criteria, but it has become so. It is very unfortunate. I would put it this way: how many of the past students have started their own professions or business? That should be the criteria. Entrepreneurship, as we always say, be job givers, not job seekers. So that is our attempt. We have been doing it. It is a part of our mission vision statement. And so our focused concentration will be there for this activity. Let's see. And there I would expect a lot of contribution coming from alumni. So there is a lot to talk about, but as I said, let us get going. So today, formally, we can say that we have launched this IMDR AA, and let's hope for the best. This is the auspicious occasion. Ganesh festival is going on. Ganesh is a god of intelligence. So I believe every one of us is bestowed with the best of the intelligence, best of the abilities, and Nirvignam Kurume Deva. Let us pray for that. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you for your kind words, sir. Moving forward, I now invite Dr. Giripala Devaspalle to introduce INDRA, IMDR Alumni Association.
Thank you, Amlan. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Amlan. Namaskar and very good morning to all of you. So the IMDR Alumni Association was conceptualized as a platform to strengthen bonds, forge connections, renew associations with and between alumni towards mutual progress, towards the vision of IMDR as a community vibrant with learning processes, where individuals discover themselves and nurture relatedness, and to realize the mission of IMDR to contribute towards enlightened management practice and sustain growth of work organizations. To formalize the relationship between alumni and institute and to provide a platform for sustainable interaction, the IMDR Alumni Association INDRA was registered as a Section 8 company under the Companies Act 2013 on 23rd July 2021. For this, we owe a debt of gratitude to Shri Mahesh Athalye sir for his constant guidance, support and encouragement. As he has mentioned, the directors of IMDR Alumni Association INDRA are as follows: Dr. Shikhar Jain, Director IMDR, Professor Prajakta Pradhan, Assistant Professor and alumnus of IMDR and Life Member of Techno Education Society, and myself, Dr. Giripala Devaspalle. The objectives, so Athalye sir has already mentioned that IMDR are already supporting us in various fora. They are a part of the IMDR Advisory Committee. We also have the Quality Assurance Cell, Internal Quality Assurance Cell, which also has alumni and alumni support as faculty members also. So we are taking this forward and formalizing it through specific objectives. The objectives of IMDR Alumni Association are as follows. Firstly, to build an active worldwide network of alumni of IMDR Pune. Secondly, to work towards promoting educational and scientific research in all fields, but particularly in humanities, social sciences, management and entrepreneurship development. And thirdly, to facilitate professional and social interaction among alumni, students, faculty and staff and public by various professional, social and cultural activities, and generally work for the expansion of knowledge and betterment of students, faculty, staff and alumni of IMDR Pune as well as society at large. I now request Shri Mahesh Akhole sir, Chairman of the Governing Body and Council of Technical Education Society and Chairman of IMDR LLC, to formally inaugurate the website of IMDR Alumni Association. Their brothers. Thank you, sir. Alumni help enhance the brand equity of the institute and can support placements, internships, projects, curriculum design, and quality initiatives of the institute. On their part, alumni are looking for recognition and acknowledgement of their achievements from their alma mater. Some want a space to voice their opinions, their thoughts and ideas, and some want to reconnect with the institute for pure nostalgia, to relive the good old days at the institute. So for the next about 30 minutes or so, we will have an open house session in which we will invite alumni who are here in the auditorium as well as those who have joined online to share their experiences as alumni and also their expectations of IMDR Alumni Association. So those sitting here in the audience can raise their hands and our students volunteers can assist with the mic, and those online may also raise their hands and speak. I request all of you to please mention your name and your badge as you speak. I now hand over the proceedings to Professor Prajakta Pradhan to take this forward. Over to you, ma'am.
So, right from the beginning of the session, we've been trying to share what are the expectations that we as IMDR have from the alumni. But what we are more interested to know is what the alumni would like to do, connect, or what are their objectives in terms of connecting with the association. Some of them would like to come and contribute as faculty members. Some might contribute on advisory forums. Some might just participate in the mentorship program or the entrepreneurship workshop. But we really are interested to know that what is the main objective for alumni to come back. Like sir said, we have been students of our schools, colleges, etc. And there's a reason why we go back to our school or college. Sometimes you connect with the building there, the infrastructure. You need to spend time there. You need to just go back and relive the old memories. Sometimes you feel that you should go and just have a cup of tea in the canteen. That makes you feel happy after maybe a hectic schedule during work. Sometimes you feel that you should go back to your old faculty, meet them, seek advice. Sometimes you feel that you've achieved a lot in your career and someone should give a pat on your back and you feel good about it. So there are many reasons why one would like to go back to the institute. So I am really interested to know that why would you like to come back to this association? How would you like to contribute? And what is it that you would like to make? How would you would like to make use of this platform which we have created? So I'll start with yes, sir.
I am Umesh Mokashi, passed out in 2005. So right now I have mixed feelings. I mean, I am feeling very good and nostalgic. Always interacting with your alma mater, makes you nostalgic. So specifically, if I am talking about expectations from alumni, I will say that as an alumni, when I am working in the industry, I also face some kind of challenges. Okay, and sometimes to find out that answers, you have to again come back to your alma mater. Okay, you need to understand how the education system is working right now, because after a decade, scenario completely changes. when you interact with your juniors and you find out that they are missing out something, okay, even if you are mentoring them on the job, they are not able to finish, or they are not able to complete their deliveries, okay. And then, I mean, I visited IMDR 2 years back to find out some kind of answers to these questions. And I think IMDR Alumni Association could be a right platform where alumni can bring their experience, they can mentor the pass out batch, they can make them more competitive. Okay, so this is something as alumni I would be looking for. Thank you.
So I know Vinod sir has been coming to IMTR as a visiting faculty for a long time. So sir, would you like to share your expectations from the Alumni Association?
If you don't mind, I'll face the audience.
So you can come here on the right.
That's okay. My name is Tinal Kulkarni. I happen to be a national 99-2001 student here. Fortunately for me, I stay only on Octa Road, which means that I come here almost every Thursday. I may not come to the campus per se, but the canteen is big enough. I probably taught here only 1 year, by the way. But Alumni Association has always been a spoken about subject, isn't it? Right? When I was a student here, they used to talk about we should have an alumni meet. I used to do barbecue here for those alumni meets that we used to have. So barbecue is evolved, has always been on the radar. The question is, now we have got a formal structure. How does someone degrade? Just to quote an example. Mr. Mahesh was referring to development of entrepreneurial cell or something like that. I stand in front of you, is empaneled on Central Government Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. Okay. It's just a coincidence.
We will explain that.
Except for my mentees of the last year knowing about it. Most of us don't even know. So when we talk about
I would like to interject. It is there on the
Yeah,
IMDR
because we spoke.
website. It's there on the IMDR
Because we
website
spoke.
and also IMDRA.
Because we spoke. This is the power of the alumni, to be honest with you. I personally believe that 21 years, I mean, some of you might not have been born, by the way, when I started my PG. The alumni and AMDR has a value system which has actually been the reason for all of us to be successful. I don't call myself successful, but the value systems, if carried forward, trust me, will be much more. And I never was afraid of fighting with Bhupi, for example. Bhupi was my director. Because we knew that the value systems which get inculcated in IMDR don't make issues personal. Can the Alumni Association carry forward those value systems? That's the first thing. Second is, I happen to be an ops student. And that to Gopal Rao taught me, so you know what it means. Many of you don't even know. Gopal Iyengar happens to be a faculty here in Gurugram. Since those days, we have a very important statement. The strength of the supply chain is equal to the highest strength of the weakest link of the supply chain. The weakest link of the supply chain has to be improved, and that's the alumni. And this is an excellent initiative, to be very honest with you, to build this forum. My own classmates came here just before COVID. They really felt nostalgic. They went to the classroom, sat there, as if Pradeep Apte is going to teach and I'm again going to doze off. Pradeep Apte is a fantastic faculty, but unfortunately, people couldn't stay conscious. They sat here. I think, except for we looking at this as and you rightly said so, by the way, we looking at this only as an employment exchange. Alumni probably have lived their life beyond now employment. I have quit employment 10 years ago. I'm no more into employment. I am now in consultancy, I'm happy with it. Can we do something like that? I can guarantee you that last year I mentored 5. They were exceptionally good. I don't want to name them because then if I say exceptionally good, you'll go and check did they get good jobs. I don't want to take that risk. I can share with you upfront here that people like me don't mind sparing an hour a week or a couple of hours a fortnight. Isn't it? I mean, shape up those generations. And everyone talks about giving back to the society. Why not start at home? Charity should begin at home. If at all it has to begin. And this is your home. Give it back. And we are lucky, and what Dr. Jain said, we are extremely lucky to have very powerful allies. Even if I list out my classmates, many of you will start searching LinkedIn. The managing director at Accenture happens to be my classmate. Partner ESRA happens to be my classmate. Who else? Vice President or President NPCI, whose UPI we use every night, every day and night, happens to be my classmate. The most sought after marketing personality in India today happens to be my classmate. But very powerful, there's no doubt. But why should they come back and give it? That's a question, isn't it? Why should someone give it back? And I think with this forum, we'll be able to. But only last, but humble request. If you happen to be a mentee of a mentor, be proactive. And that's exactly what I think can help shape up. Because all of you are transient. You will become alumni 2 years later. You are all going to be alumni 2 years later. But be proactive. My last year's experience was the mentees who were allotted to me. They're really good. If I miss out, because we had decided every Thursday 4 to 5. If I miss out, someone will send me a message saying that 3:45 ho gaya, link nahi aaya. We are looking for these things, We are looking for these things. Entire domain knowledge absolutely zero. I can guarantee you. That's not expected. Did I teach them supply chain? I taught them supply chain. But that's not expected. I've spent 21 years only in that domain, which means I might know a couple of cents of what the industry to be, and that's the whole idea of mentoring. So if second year students who are sitting here, if you feel you get as a mentor, we should do that. And all those mentors who are probably online or sitting here, who get their mentees, my humble request to you is, please spare time. Point is very simple. And for example, I've passed out 21 years back. I may not have the same linkage with the institute anymore. But in any case, most of us always say that, look, we want to give it back to the society. If you want to give it back to the society, there is no better place to start than the institute from where we actually started our careers. Is it so difficult to spare 1 hour per week or 2 hours per fortnight? Please do that. Those guys who are hearing this online or those guys who are sitting here, not difficult. Be structured. All those guys who are now 20, 21, 22, they are looking up to us. And if we can deliver something for them, I'm a typical Punekar because I was born and brought up on October maximum Shaniwar. I'm a Punekar. Those who don't understand Marathi, we are typical Punekar, which means giving is part of life. Taking back may not be. सुट्टे पैसे परत देत नाही आम्ही. तसं येते. So if you can please do that. All the alumni, I would humbly request you. Please spare time. Yatin is sitting here. Yatin happens to be my 1 year senior in international trade. It's doing excellent. You will not find more successful people than me. And I've never seen more winning people than him also. Mentors can do a great job. I consume more time. Sorry. Just wanted to share.
So, we have Karan Bamba who is working online and he would like to add something. So, I request the technical team to kindly listen to Karan Bamba.
Morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Okay. So let me start with the answer to the question, what makes you come back, right? Okay, sorry, Karan Bamba, 92 to 94. Now, what makes you come back? The campus grows on you. The institute grows on you. The 2 years which one spends over there are actually like a family, all right? Obviously, there's education, there's a lot of work, but the bonds that are formed over there between you, your batchmates, and even the faculty, right? That is something which remains with you. Now, personally, every time I'm in Pune, I come to the institute, even if it's a Saturday and the students are not there. And I'll just give you one example of what I mean by that grows on you, and it's both ways. After quite a long break, I came to the institute with my wife and children, and we were walking towards the library when one of the office staff, who was probably seeing me after many years, turns around, looks at me, takes my name, and says, "How are you?" And my wife and kids were surprised that he remembers you. I said, the place is like that. Now, as alumni, off and on, we've been interacting with these students, some of the faculty, but forming this association is very great. And I can tell you one thing which all of us can do. Like you said, we have alumni all across the world. Many of us have had solid experiences, and we all understand that the education becomes even stronger when you have cases and the case studies. I think if the faculty works along with us in taking real life cases, not just in a particular domain, but across the entire business spectrum, we can contribute a lot in developing those cases which can be used to teach the children, the students. I think that is one thing which all of us can easily contribute, the knowledge that we have in developing some kind of a formal structure for passing on that knowledge through cases to the students and the faculty. Yeah, so it's great to be here, and I guess I'll also be mentoring some of the students this year. I look forward to that, and wish all of us the very best for the years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I'll just, Rasika ma'am, I'll come back to you. I'll just go to Yatin sir, because Yatin sir is a complete DES product. Yes. He's done his schooling, college, and everything from DES.
Uh, 14 years of my life, and then that is junior KG till 12, till 10, and then 2 years of my post-graduation. The one sentence that I heard, 365 days, 24 hours, every day that statement is, Swarajya माझा जन्मसिद्ध हक्क आहे आणि तो मी मिळवणारच. Because DS Society started by Lokmanya Tilak. And when you hear this statement, the one decision that I made when I left out from India, that I will never ever work with a multinational company, because if there are millions of people who actually serve to give the freedom, it is my duty to give it back to Indian companies to grow. And here in this same campus, there was a company called Atul Limited who came, and it is started by Kasturbai Lalbhai, who is a business legend. And that's how my journey started with visionary people. Many may not be knowing that I was born with the hands of Dr. Narendra Dakurkar. And the first baby who he touched when he became a gynecologist. And then of course he went to a superstitious removal program. So when you are touched by a visionary, and when you get the, let's say, first company in India who started by a visionary called Kasturbai Lalbhai, then it is always important that you have to give respect to those vision by seeing the vision, by working for the vision. And there are great coincidences when it comes to India. When I am a product of Dr. Avinash Bhupatkar, and my father is product of Dr. Avinash Bhupatkar's father. So he was also closely associated with DS Society, and for that, in fact, Giribala Madam's mother is also product of the father of Avinash Bhupatkar. So there is a close bonding with the India. So today, when I look back as my career, what India gave to me is how to stay in VUCA world. VUCA world is a new buzzword where V stands for volatility, U stands for uncertainty, C stands for complexity, and A stands for ambiguity. How one can address this VUCA world, and that's what India gave to me. By V, there is a new VUCA. V stands for vision, U stands for understanding, C stands for clarity, and A stands for adaptability. Because when the world is changing very fast, you have to first acknowledge the change, accept the change, adapt and accelerate. And then You become, when you see the future is changing, you become the part of it. Today, world is going through four major challenges. That is global climate change, unequal income distribution, world is divided, and there is no single leadership like Lokmanya Tilak or Mahatma Gandhi who can bring the community together. And today, therefore, the biggest requirement by the industry is creating leaders of future. Because any century, when you look at the decade of 21 to 30, that is the decade of highest demographic, where you will have people of 70-year age born in the middle of previous century, and the youngest will be who born in 2000, who will become 21. So in highest decade, highest demographics when available, the 21 to 30, that action will define rest of the century. And then we have major challenges standing in front of us in terms of bringing world together, bringing world united, fighting with global climate change. I think I would like to play a role here with the students to create future leaders who can take the world ahead in the next decade onwards. And therefore, and this is the purpose with which I came here. Of course, when I meet various alumni, they will be of multiple experience with multiple industries. So I also get access to the diversity. If I meet hundreds of alumni of hundreds of experience of say average 10 years, then of course 1,000 years of experience I get easy access to, which will help me to nurture further. And therefore, I just wanted to be here again as a student as well as a mentor, get associated with my institute. In fact, every year, not every year, whenever I am in Pune, I definitely visit IMDR, meet Nidhi ma'am, meet Pragya ma'am, and because this bond is not easy to break. It's a bond from my childhood. And this is a new experiment that I wanted to start again, going back to the education, because experiment will enhance experience, it will elevate education and learning, it will help me to explore new things going forward, because as Pinak said, that he's my junior. I think I'm also now entering in the new phase of my life because I will be touching 50 soon. And then you have to relook the entire world or entire life again, and therefore you have to start exploring new things, expand your horizons of thinking, and that I think will give exponential growth through the grid, and then you evolve as a human being for the next world. So that's why I'm here back in IMDR, getting associated with Alumni Association. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, I'm from the batch of 86-88 and now teaching at IMDR. It's a great experience. It's been a wonderful experience teaching and being in IMDR. And what I really want to convey to all of you was, just 15 days before Dr. Shezwarkar passed away, I happened to interview him. And there were a few sentences which he said which really inspired me, and I'm sure they inspired the alumni too. What he had to say is, Rasika, he's known him since I'm a child. So he said, Rasika, you know what? Giving back to your college is more than just writing out a check. It's going to be very easy for you to write out a check, but it's much, much more. You've got to be really involved, you've got to be a part of IMDR and give back. I think those sentences, are really ringing in my ears like this.
Priya Patri, ma'am would like to add.
Hi everyone. I'm Priya Patri, PGDIT batch of 97-99. And like I said, all of you have said this, probably it's repetitive, but we are also kind of, though we may not have been able to keep in touch on a very regular basis, visiting campus once a year while we are right here. So even visiting the website sometimes doesn't, happen. And I congratulate, all of you, all of us, that today we have a structure. There's something more formalized. And I think as alumni, we have this natural affinity towards, it's good. I mean, I have goosebumps right now. And like ma'am was saying that, I used to live in a dilapidated building as a paying guest, and when my parents saw that place, they were like, how can you stay here? And we were like, we don't live there, we live here. This is feel like that. And as when ma'am asked me that as as mentors, what is it that you want from the institute? And I was honestly taken aback for a minute that what do I want? I mean, it's all about we wanting to give something. So I really had to think. But as Pinak sir said that like today the mentees who are approaching us, we are more than willing to make ourselves available. But sometimes life just catches up and things slip out. So make it a point to stay behind us, and we'll also fall into that rhythm. That's one. Second, as professionals in the industry today, the most common thing that we are hearing about is the bad rap the youngsters are getting, that people are just kind of package hunting. Management institutes are not supposed to be recruitment grounded. Honestly, well, I mean that's what it is today. When you see a candidate, the first thing that you see is what institute did the guy pass out, the guy or girl pass out from. Vice versa. Over the years, it's really about what a candidate, where he has passed out from over the years, what he and what value he or she has brought and, to the organization. And that's how the alumni network gets built. I think we have all of that. What we had was a missing link. This, I think, should be great. What I would ask for ma'am is that, just involve us. Whatever is going on, you all have projects, you all have need for internships, you all have whatever, just put it out there, and I'm sure you all already have databases of alumni, who is into which field, what kind of, groups and structures. When that information is there, when the momentum builds, I'm sure, everybody will get there. And just involve us. We are here, for whatever it takes. I'm so happy to be here today and be a part of all of this. Good luck to everyone.
So we just have last two alumni who will be connecting with us online. One is Shanu Arvani from the batch of 2010 and 12, and the second is Akshay Agarwal from again PGDIK batch of 10 and 12. So if we can start with Shanu first.
Akshay.
Akshay.
Hi, ma'am. I'm here.
So Akshay is connected from Dubai, and he would like to say something.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak. I think to answer to the first question, ma'am, which you asked, that what makes all of us to come back to campus. And I think all my beloved seniors have already answered, but I think one thing which I think all of us have in common is a gratitude. I think towards the institute, towards the faculty members, towards a friend. In the 2 years that we have spent in the campus, I think the memories that we have, the relations that we have made. I happen to have married my batchmate also, so I think that's also one more reason that IMTR, makes it special. So I think all those nostalgia is another major reasons that when you come back to campus, you enjoy that phase. The another important factor of this entire alumni association, and second question to yours was how do alumni association expectations? I happen to have some experience we started this in my graduation college around 10 years back. And trust me, it's a difficult run. So all the members who started this, hang in there. It's a difficult journey to walk through. And we need, because there are a lot of stakeholders inside in this running the alumni association. There are students who need to show the hunger to learn. Needs to be alumni who needs to give that time to students. And third is the bus, which takes all of them together, is the alumni association. So I think all the three stakeholders needs to be part of that entire journey for this thing to work. But I think it's an excellent initiative which brings as a community. I think today, all of us, the people who are working, would aware that I think the biggest currency today is, I think, connection, networking, and the bond that we have for each other. So I think it will be important for the alumni to get together and have that spirit. As you know, one of our seniors mentioned here that there are some prestigious people who are working there, and it's very important that you network, you speak to these people, and you take advice. So I think this brings us the opportunity to, get out and reach out to our batch seniors, and all of us could go back and just try and help somebody in the campus who wants that help, or who wants to change something in his day-to-day life, and if he could be part of that change or that process, I think that's about giving it back to the society and our students. So thank you so much, and I wish the Alumni Association all the very best. Thank you so much.
Vishal and alumni who raised their hands online. One is Vishal from the batch of 2015-17.
Hello everyone. So there's one correction. I'm from 13-15 batch. First of all, I would like to start with I am and we and all my batchmates whom we are connected with are very happy with the recent developments in the college and under the leadership of Dr. Jayan. So we are very happy. And of course, it's very nostalgic to see Shivne sir, Kiribala ma'am, Prajakta ma'am, Parikshit sir is missing. But yeah, it's very nostalgic to see all of you guys here. And these are the ones who had mentored us in my college time. One thing, what my expectations from the Alumni Association is, first of all, the new people who the new batch who will be passing out from now, and this is very important because these are the Gen Zs of the world, and even organizations are facing a lot of issues and challenges in getting people getting control the attrition rate, giving these people the right challenges and the right kind of jobs. So it is very important for us because we are the millennials, and we were at the verge of in this change, and we had witnessed this. So we can help you guys in that thing. Secondly, uh, uh, the technical knowledge, which is so because we are surrounded with technology recently, and the technical knowledge, which is very important in nowadays. So of course, that also we will like to help. And so let's see. It's great to connect with everyone. Thank you so much.
Last person who would like to contribute for the session will be Mr. Abhijit Abankar.
So, good morning, everyone. And it's amazing to be back to see the auditorium. I have my very good friend and batchmate sitting there who spoke the first English. So, while most of my seniors or my fellow batchmates have told that yes, we are very happy to help. And let me tell you, I have been out of Pune for a long time now. But every month, as one of the earlier participants told, I go to the IMDR website, if not for anything else, just for nostalgia. So, and we are keen to help you out. And one point, a very limited and focused point that I would like to make is, though we have been speaking about creating opportunities for the new batches, I think it needs a process-oriented approach like what we were taught. I think if there's a process in everything, that's what Bhopatkar sir always told us. Set up a process and things will fall in place. So this needs a more institutionalized approach towards placements as well. I think all the alumni which are associated have their contacts, have their reach in terms of the placements. They are selecting people in the field right now. And we should use that network from the past as well as the current alumni. That's the limited point I wanted to make, and happy to help wherever I can. Thank you.
Thank you so much everyone for sharing your expectations and your ideas how we can take this association forward. We'll definitely try and incorporate all these suggestions. I'll hand over the mic now to Giribala ma'am, and even later on if you want to share anything informally, you can connect to us at any point of time. Thank you so much.
Prajakta ma'am. I'm just going to summarize some of the themes which were shared in this open house session. So of course everybody prominently spoke about nostalgia and feeling good to be associated, which is such a wonderful theme for all of us at IMDR as well as the IMDR Alumni Association. The second thing which was quite common was the wanting to give back. You know, it could be expertise, it could be time, it could be technical skills, it could be other kind of skills. So this is the other theme that emerged. Pinak also spoke about how to leverage this formal structure. That is something which we will have to put our minds to, and of course we will seek support of alumni, and also the importance of value systems of alumni, and I think the same was taken forward by many of the other alumni as well. Students should be proactive to forge links. I think this is an important thing which we have to imbibe in the current students of IMDR. So you cannot just be passive and expect things to happen, but you need to proactively reach out to the alumni of IMDR. Mr. Karan Mamba, I think apart from the sharing of nostalgia, one very important theme that he put forward was building real life cases based on alumni experiences. I think that's a wonderful suggestion, and we will definitely look to taking it forward. Mr. Yatin Seth focused on the value of network for alumni. So one of the things, what will alumni gain from the Alumni Association, apart from giving that, is of course access to this network. And Unmesh also talked about it. Both alumni face challenges in industry, and so the support system of the institute and other alumni can really help them. And also they can give it back to the institute as well. Professor Thapar and as well as Priya Madam also spoke about, when she just said involve us. I think that's wonderful. Just one sentence, just involve us. I think this platform can be wonderful to just put things out there and seek the involvement of alumni. I like Akshay's metaphor of the bus, So the bus of Indra, taking with it on the journey, alumni, institute and students. So I think that can be our next, visual for the website. I really like that metaphor. And totally agree that the biggest currency today is connections. Nothing can be more important. Vishal, thank you so much for joining in and sharing. Expression of support, Vishal and Abhijit. So it was really wonderful to connect with you live like this and online. And thank you so much, all the alumni, for all your thoughts. And I now hand over the proceedings to Tanaya.
Thank you, ma'am. Since ancient times, the precious stone amethyst has been believed to have healing powers. It relieves stress, dispels fear and anxiety, and activates self-awareness. We believe this captures the essence of the alumni mentoring program here at IMDR. The program works towards heightened self-awareness, yearning for knowledge, strategic thinking, and tenacity to achieve goals. This year's program will be for a period for 5 months from October 2021 to February 2022. Each alumnus mentors a group of 5-6 students, and the sessions will take place fortnightly. The guidance provided by our alumni through these sessions will definitely provide us with the confidence to believe in our ideas and work towards it in a structured way. Next up, we have a small video which encompasses an introduction to all our alumni mentors.
Thank you, Tanaya. A very good morning to all. Experienced alumni who have a training professional track record can undoubtedly add a lot of value to the academic institution. They are role models for the existing students. At IMDR, we are fortunate to have wonderful alumni with illustrious career progression who are always ready to extend their support to the growth of the institution. Our alumni mentoring program has been proved to be successful because of this wealth of having most generous and dependable supporters of IMDR. Yes, our own resource persons, our alumni. Under this program, students got opportunities to visit and talk to the professionals who were formerly students in their shoes. Under the guidance of their mentors, students got the chance to share their career-related issues, ask questions, learn about latest industrial trends, observe the challenges and opportunities at workplace, and much more. I would like to extend my gratitude to all the mentors who have guided our students in the recent past. Thank you so much for paying attention to the overall learning of mentees and giving them exposures to innovative experiences. Your guidance has played a vital role in shaping their career. So thank you so much. Today we have with us Mentors for 2021. I would like to request you all to kindly share your experiences and expectations with regards to Alumni Mentorship Program. So today I would like to start with Lalit sir. Yes, sir.
So I've been a part of this program. First of all, thank you so much, ma'am, to organize all this sort of thing. I think an common IMDR Alumni Association was long overdue. And when we were part of the institute, when we were in the course, it was always an annual event. It was just another party for us. But thank you so much for formalizing it and channelizing that whole energy where something productive can come out of it. Let me also thank you on behalf of all my classmates. I was just clicking some photographs when the program was going on, and I shared it on the WhatsApp group, and they said, "Hey, say hi on our behalf as well." So they are there in spirit, all across the world, and that's we are very happy actually that this sort of thing is happening. So coming back to the topic, I had been a part of the mentoring program last year, and I think I'll put it very bluntly that all the mentors would like that session to be as interactive as possible. It should not be a one-way communication and something where some sort of an arrangement where a sermon or a gyan is being delivered. I think the more number of questions the students ask the mentors, that much value addition the alumni would be able to add. And if we don't know, I mean, it's like being a doctor asking a patient what exactly is your problem. So if we don't know what doubt is there in the student's mind, then the doctor can't diagnose the problem. So I think the session should be as much interactive as possible. And I think that with the incidence of COVID progressively declining now, we should be in a position to do it in person. Of course, for the people who are listening to it. Other than that, for my classmates who are not here, I will send them a photograph of the lovely canteen, and I think that should serve as a motivation for them to come to the city and do it in person. So I think that will be. I would want coming back. I would want the session to be as interactive as possible. So that will really fulfill the objective of the program.
Thanks, sir. Thank you, sir. Now I would like to invite others. Otherwise, I will call them in. Sir.
Good morning, everyone. Before jumping to answer the question, let me tell you, whatever all the alumni have shared, it is a very, very good feeling to come back to the institute and to give back to the institute. I still remember when Yatin was delivering his details. When I first entered IMDR for giving my interview for the selection process, the first thing which I noticed in IMDR was one quote when you go up the stairs. I don't remember the exact, but I can still try to.
Exactly for you.
Yeah.
Don't ask what the institute did for you.
Correct. Correct.
What you did for you.
What you did for the institute. And let me be honest, I was selected in 3 institutes, all 3 in Pune, and I selected to be part of IMDR. Probably that particular quote made some chemistry in my mind at that point of time, choosing this particular institute. And secondly, what IMDR has given to all of us, one common thing, I would say 2 common things. One is the canteen, of course, and second is the value system. It becomes very difficult for all of us when we are student to correlate those value systems. But when you are in part of your professional career, you can very well correlate. IMDR very strict principles and guidelines. You come through. You cannot do this. You cannot do that. The library timing starts at 11, so it starts at 11. It does not start at 9. So all that was kind of building frustration when you are a student. But when you get into a professional life, you see this all around. And those 2 years helped us to maneuver those guidelines and build our own way. So the value system actually helps, and those system thinking, somebody said, all those are the core what IMDR has given us, which we can very well correlate in our professional career. And of course, as Yatin, Mr. Kulkarni said, we all would like to give it back, and nothing better to begin from home. So, as Lalit rightly said, the mentoring program would be successful only and only if it is proactive and interactive. We all are in our professional world. It is our priority for sure, and that is why we have committed for it. However, the proactiveness, inquisitiveness should come from the students. This is what I expect as a mentor. And as everybody said, thank you ma'am, thank you sir, for channelizing it in a very professional way and making it a formal association. It will definitely help all of us, not only the alumni or the student, but all of us in the value system. Thank you so much.
Yes, Karan sir. Can you unmute you, sir?
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so the experience from last year's, actually 1920,
Sir,
when I met the students.
please.
Sorry? Is this clear now?
Karan sir,
Yeah?
you are not audible.
Okay, can you hear me now? Because I think the mic is on.
Sir, your mic is on mute.
No, I'm unmuted.
Yes,
We
yes,
can
you
hear
hear me?
you.
Loud and clear.
We can hear you.
loud and
Okay.
clear, guys.
Yeah, thank you. So, at the success of the mentoring, I guess, would also depend on what feedback the students had given about us in the previous year that we had done this. But to share an experience and therefore the expectation, when I met the students, right, the first question they had was, how can I help them get a job? So my answer was, the job will come. I will help you prepare to get that job. Okay. And over the next few sessions, I kind of shook their belief of, how they need to prepare themselves to go into the industry and start their career and even prepare for it. Now, the other thing which I told them was that, I am here, I am available for you. You have to draw from me as much as you can. People have used the word proactive, but the students need to, engage, take the initiative to engage with us, to draw from us, even what they, from a outside in perspective of what they need to do to prepare themselves. And in any case, my mentees who are there for this year is going to be thrust upon them. The other thing which I'd like to say here, which I shared with the students was, when we were in college, there were continuous fights between our batch and Dr. Bhupatkar about not publicizing the institute. And he made a statement. I'm sure Rasika also would have heard it in her batch. The statement was that, we don't want you to be a good shining shoe. We want you to be a solid leather. The shine will come with experience and time. Yeah, so this is what I tell the students, and I expect that the students engage with us and draw from us how much as they can to become that good solid leather. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Neema ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I want to admit I am the guilty one here. While all the others have been coming to the institute, it took me a while to come back. But I think I was in touch with Giripala ma'am and others through my professional stint here and all. So I know, ma'am, you want us to talk about expectation, but trust me, everybody here is so full of nostalgia and emotions. They would first tell you how they are feeling. So allow me that time. So as I said, I'm the guilty one. I kind of probably the last I would have come is years back, and I feel so bad about it. But one thing that happened today really brought me back 15 years from now. I was from the batch of 2006 and 8. So when I entered, I'm Neha Wagh right now, of course, after marriage. When I entered, I said I'm Neha Wagh, and somebody just said, no, she's Neha Govardhan. So it was so nice to see years after, when people have forgotten, who Neha Govardhan was, somebody is telling me, no, you are Neha Govardhan. And then coming down to this hall, which has become Swatantra Veer Savarkar Sabhagram, I am so full of all that nostalgia, my roots and all that, Govardhan Sangha and all that, with all which I came into this organization, an institute. So I would say this institute is truly responsible for my metamorphosis, I would say. Because when I came here, I was so naive and I was so academic. And Aditya is here, he was my senior. So, this institute really, I would say, contributed towards telling me how the real world is like. When you really work with people and you're not just writing your test papers and you're doing your case studies and you're interacting with all sorts of people in your class, and how do you respond to them, how do you work with them, and how do they work with you. All this people dynamic was so alien to me till that point of time, right? And it is a very important aspect of entering the professional world. How you deal with situations, how you deal with people. And the process labs, I of course belong to the HR stream, so it really enabled it, because first solving the organization's problem or people's problem, please sort out your problem, who you are. Please discover yourself, what is your metaphors in life. And then talk about, with that bias that you are aware about yourself, how you're going to reach out to the world. So I would say, the institute truly metamorphosized me, and I also mentioned whatever I could contribute in the initial year of my profession is truly because of this institute, because I was so academic. So I became a professional thanks to the institute. Coming back to the mentorship program, of course, this would be the first year I would be contributing, but I just was, This is all coming from my experience so far. To these students, especially who are going to be mentored, please be very conscious about what you want in life. What are you asking for? Because eventually it will happen. Because what you want for, you will strive for and it will happen. The important part is, the picture that you carve for your future, was it really worth it? Okay, is what I want to talk about. So, important is what you want, okay? So you be very clear about, okay, this is what I'm looking for, and definitely will try and mentor you, guide you on how to go there. But is it truly what you want? Because sometimes the future picture that we paint is X digit salary, Y number of cars, so many, this is my idea of success. But that success will come at a cost. And are you ready to pay that cost? Right? I mean, there are so many people are running those rat race. Everybody is talking about how students are interested about jobs, better pay package. It all comes with cost, okay? There is cost to be paid for everything that you are asking. And will you be happy with that kind of success? It's something that I want to leave you with, right? Because we are all into that journey and we are all somewhere, I don't know how successful or not. So I would say, have a very defined picture of where you want to go. You will eventually go there because that's truly what you want and you will work towards that. But understand through your mentors, is that the right balance that you would want? Is that the right picture that you would want for yourself? And we are all there and we are committed to this, and thank you, sir and ma'am, for involving us, and I will for sure be committed to this cause and try and see if I can, through my experiences, try and lead people and students through the path that they want. Thank you so much. Thank you. Divya ma'am, would you like to
I think most of everything has already been said, but while I was listening to everyone, I just say that the question foremost everyone's mind, no matter what all of us say and all the life yarn that we give you, it is about how do I land a job and what package do I get. I mean, honestly, you cannot go away from that. But one thing is that what IMDR really builds into you is integrity. Second is you're not really afraid of starting at the grassroots level. And trust me, this sound and like you just said that Bhubatkar sir was or actually all management of IMDR has been not pro canvassing, advertising, and really glamorizing IMDR. And when we are students, it really feels like, why are we not doing this? Why are we not, creating that kind of buzz? Later on, we really realized that we were so invested in building ourselves during these 2 years that all that really didn't matter. So I'll just share, when I started my first job, I mean, it was a pre-placement thing, it was an MNC. But at the end of the day, they said that, this is just what we can offer you. It was way below, but the learning experience that was there, the faculty said, go for it. That has really been the stepping stone of all my, future. Though I have gone from supply chain, exports to, today I'm into, automation and RPA technologies and robot platforms, dependent on technology side. So every time it was a learning curve. It was something that was new. So this hunger for, being the best, being honest to yourself, keeping your integrity and values, and trying to take people forward with you. I think that is something that gets instilled in you, and that will really, it will make all the difference in your future career. This is what I would like to add, and so challenge us as mentees. Challenge us because we have also forgotten how to really. It's not going to be a structured learning. So it's like you quiz us, you question us, and make sure that you extract the most that you can, because all of us have such diverse experiences, but we may not recollect them ourselves. That we have done this and this is where we struggled or where we faltered. It may not come out in a very structured way, but if you were to kind of, and it's just be honest with putting all of your fears out there. Those fears that we live with for a big chunk of our lives, I think derail us quite a bit. So just be, when it's like the mentor-mentee relationship, just be honest to put that out there, and I think we can both help each other. So that's what I would like to add.
Thank you.
The very same thing I would like to say, just building on what she said, the mentor-mentee relation should be absolutely an open, informal one. So, I'm sure we learn a lot from the mentee and vice versa. That's it.
Thank you, ma'am. Urmesh, sir.
Maybe I will just narrate one incident. I have always felt that mentor is very important in your life. Because when you move from stage 1 to stage 2, from one stage to another stage, it could be like protect your environment where you are in the college and then you are entering into a corporate world. We need someone to guide us. Okay? Because obviously whenever there is a change of place or change of organization, institute, there will be some anxieties, okay? And mentor is required to guide you there. I will just narrate one incident which happened in my life. I joined a small company way back in 2005. Again, it was a campus placement. And the role that was offered to me was of a business analyst. Okay? And that time I had no clue what business analyst mean, what was expected from me. But I just entered and I started my job. And very soon, maybe immediately after 6 months, I realized that I was not able to contribute enough. Okay? I was basically dissatisfied. I was a little bit lost that time. And I decided that better to move on. I need to find out another job. Okay? And somehow my senior colleague, he realized that there is some problem with me and he shared his experiences. So what he told me, these are kind of 2 tips he gave it to me. That time I was mentee, he was my mentor. So first thing he said that, Umesh, you need to give some time to yourself, okay? At least give some around 1000 days. That time he said 1000 days, but nowadays I think 1000 is too much, looking at the current job market. But he said give 1000 days to yourself. You will need some time to accustom with the organization. Okay, it is very difficult to get into office dynamics. And if I now contemplate, what he meant was, see, you require patience, you require perseverance, you need to hold on to that position. Only then you can move ahead. Okay. So from mentee also, I expect that you should have some patience and perseverance. It is not going to change the world within few number of days. You will need some efforts to put. Only then the change will happen. And the second thing he told me, that was kind of a guru mantra to me. He told me that don't expect unrealistic goals for yourself. Okay, keep small goals, try to achieve them, and then you will be there. So from mentee also, I will expect that immediately don't expect that you will land into a good job. Okay, you will get a good package. You need to prepare yourself for that. You need to keep some small goals, try achieving that, and later on you will find that your goal is succeeded or you will achieve that goal. Okay, so these 2 things maybe I will expect from my mentee. Thanks.
Thank you. Jatin, sir.
As professionals, we have to take a lot of decisions, and there will be always decision dilemma. So I definitely would like to work with the student how to arrive at a decision. And when you take decision, then you have to also face the consequences. And that's where resilience comes in a place. Because at workplace today, you require very high level of resilience in terms of overcoming the situation. And basically how to look at the situation and how to take the decision, keeping your own career goal, vision, and the values of the organization, keeping that in the mind. So as a mentor and mentee relationship, I always think what discussion that must be happening between Ramakant Achrekar and Sachin Tendulkar. When Sachin Tendulkar hit a double century, out and came, and Ramakant Achrekar would have asked some questions. What would be that question answers? Is it how to play back, how to hit a 6, how to hit a 4, or what discussion must be happening with Michael Jordan or say his coach. And say there is beautiful books available on mentoring and mentee relationship, where you actually help others to overcome their mind potential or help to recover their, to explore their mind potential. At the same time, you help yourself also to understand the things in a better direction or better perspective. So this purely based on the, should be a very interactive session. There, the mentors can present the real life cases and then ask what decision the person would have taken, and then what decision you would have taken, and then understand the rationale behind that decision, so that this will help in developing the competencies and skills. When you grow in career, you may have a lot of expectations on the day one, but I personally believe your career should not be based on what you expect today. It should be where you want to be at the age of 45 or 48. And if you want to reach there, what competencies and skills you will require there at that point of time, and how you are going to get those competencies and skills during today. So many times when we enter in organization, अरे वो ऐसा नहीं करता है, ये ऐसा नहीं हो रहा है, we have a lot of expectation, and then we are not able to contribute to the organization, and in the process, our career derails sometimes, and then bringing it back takes a lot of time. So how exactly you should aim for your career? What is competencies and skills you will require? How you can put yourself in uncomfortable position all the time? Personally, for my experience, I was handling containerized shipments, and suddenly one day I decided it's enough. I will go to the bulk shipment and started handling 1 lakh ton, 2 lakh ton iron ore shipments. The dynamics was totally different, and then I moved to FMCG industry, where it's totally different industry. So how to put yourself in uncomfortable zone and then develop your learning attitude? That's where I think the discussion has to happen more rather than the job and salary package, because that's an outcome, that's a byproduct of what you do. And that's where I definitely would like to have more and more interactive sessions in terms of how to build competencies and skills for future, because what competencies and skills are today are going to be irrelevant 5 years down the line. So how you are going to build those competencies for 20 years down the line is really important. And that's where the discussion should happen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Already past 11, which means I cannot speak for more time. When the lecture has to be over, we always ask the faculty to leave. I have dropped out from the class for being late. 30 seconds, my humble request. Alumni has spoken about what they expect. You guys also must be expecting something. I volunteer for 2 things. We should hold an alumni meet. Which alumni? Those mentors alumni. Where we decide upon what should be the framework for. See, we have got only 20 years. These ghantes में जिंदगी नहीं बदलेगी. So, shall we hold a meet of only the mentors to decide what should be the right framework to speak with the kids? I volunteer for the second activity. I love to speak with students. So I volunteer if the institute wishes to hold a meeting with them also to talk about what should they expect from the alumni. Reason is, at the end of 20 hours, there should not be a mismatch of expectations. So that's my humble solution. I've been a mentor last year, and my record should be there for the institute to see what I do with the kids. So you can check that. But that's my only request.
Thank you, sir. So, thank you so much for sharing your profound thoughts, experience and expectations on mentoring program. Thank you for sharing your real-life experiences. We will surely adhere to the points highlighted by you all, such as sessions should be interactive, students should be proactive, students should take initiative to learn more from their mentors. Students should learn to correlate the value system in their real life, which will surely make them successful. Students should be very conscious about what they want from their life. The clarity will definitely help them to change their realistic goals. Students should learn to keep integrity and openness to learn new things. Students should learn the decision-making process after assessment of pros and cons related to that. The structure of mentoring program should be decided by mentors and mentees based on their expectations. I hope we will live up to your expectations. I hope this year we will try to support our students' development with the same pace to this mentoring program. Your mentees are looking forward to have discussions about their career goals and guidance on how to attain such goals. We wish to offer a comfortable but competent environment to the mentees in which they can make mistakes without losing credibility, diligently work to develop required skills, and learn a lot from your guidance. The main aim is to make them industry ready. So you are going to be the role model for the mentees to the walk the talk and exhibit the behavior necessary for their success. So with this hope, today we are commencing the Amethyst 2021, the Alumni Mentoring Program for the PTDM Batch 2020-22. Thank you everyone. Now I would like to request Shilpa ma'am to please propose vote of thanks.
Thank you so much, Shrutina. It's an honor to have been asked to offer vote of thanks on this occasion of IMDR Alumni Association. On behalf of Alumni Committee of IMDR, I share my deep, heartfelt gratitude to all alumni and the dignitaries for sharing their graceful words with us. Honorable Chairman of LLC IMDR, Athuli sir, has rightly quoted that there was a need of formal format to enhance the family sense of IMDR, which will continue to grow multifolds. As everybody has seen the emotional bond today between the alma mater and the individual, we expect that the institution will grow multifolds in multiple directions in coming years. Alumni sharing has emphasized the importance of understanding educational systems, definitely the networking, and carry forwarding the value system instilled by IMDR. Giving back to the society was pretty much emphasized during all alumni sharing sessions. Dr. Shikha Jain's introduction has clearly underlined the similar facts which was shared by alumni. It has been a tribute to host this event to all the IMDR family members. I'm really thankful for all IMDR alumni for connecting with us through various platforms like mentoring, knowledge sharing sessions, and even through social media. Thanks one and all for attending this. We have been very fortunate to have renowned identities from academics, industries, and other areas. I'm very grateful for all the participants, Chairman sir, Director ma'am, and my colleagues and students. This event couldn't have been a very great success without wholehearted contribution from IMDR staff. I'm deeply thankful to each staff member to make this event successful. I'm sure this association will continue to get significant provisions and to achieve greater milestones in near future. Dhanyavad.